Hello, friends. Here we will see the work Tickets Please, written by D.H.Lawrance. This is a short story written during First World War. If you did not subscribe my channel, please subscribe for more videos like this. Let us see Tickets Please, a short story. D.H. Lawrence's short story Tickets Please depicts a story set in World War One that the leading figure Annie, a female conductor in a tram car, after being seduced and jilted by John Thomas, a young inspector of the tramway system, took revenge on the man by uniting all the female conductors who had experienced the same. Here, what happened in this story, D.H. Lawrence explains about a feminist Annie who fought for her justice against John Thomas, who cheated her, along with many other female. Tickets Please despite a story set in World War One. This happened during First World War, and leading figure Annie and John Thomas. Annie is a female conductor in a tram car. Tram car is a one electric train in England, one sort of, and John Thomas was a young inspector of the tramway system. They took revenge on him. And Lawrence's classic short story about the war between the sexes. Usually we see war between the countries or states, but here in the Lawrence short story we see the war between two sex or the two gender, male and female. Tickets Please was first published in 1918 while the First World War was still raging. This happened in the year of 1918 when was First World War was going on. But D.H. Lawrence's short story of love, sex, betrayal and vengeance is set on the home front rather than the western front and centers on the battle of the sexes rather than the horrific conflict in northern France and Belgium. Here in the story, the main themes are love, sex, betrayal, and vengeance. What happened? There was a love between the protagonist and other female. Also, he kept many sexual relationship with many other female, and along with he made betrayal and it converted in the form of vengeance. What happened in the story we will see now. Summary. Tickets Please is a short story about a man who works on the trams of Nottingham during the First World War. In England, Nottingham, there is a place during First World War. There was a tram service which is called very dangerous tram service in London because of the rash driving of the driver. John Thomas, his very name is slang for the male member or penis, is a cock of the walk, a Jack the lad, a man who thinks he has it all. He is really a womanizer. He used to cheat many female. Also, he kept many sexual relationship with many persons at the same time. Curiously, though this is 1918 and he is not at the front, he is not fighting in the war. Those time in 1918 during the First World War, almost all the men, all the female, male used to participate in the war rather than him, except him. Why? Lawrence does not tell us. Here he asks question but he don't answer at all. But it raises interesting questions. Does this cast a shadow over his manliness? Is it a shadow on his manliness? Is it a question on his manliness? There is no answer. Well, it certainly doesn't stop him from attracting the attention of Annie. His manliness question does not stop him attracting Annie or any other female. Annie is one of the girls working on trams with him. Basically, in initially stage, Annie and John did not attract each other. They used to fight one another, and he used to scare about her speech because she is a sharp speaker. She used to say directly anything what she wants to say, but in one moment they attracted each other and finished their sexual desires. They go out together to the fun fair. where Lawrence loads very innocent detail with the Freudian suggestion. Here, Lawrence explains each and everything what happened when they go funfair. They ride on the horses of the crucial hints at the unspoken sexual desire between them. They went together on a horse riding. There they attracted each other. As the dashing John Thomas rides a horse named Black Bess, the horse named as Black Bess, even he was very handsome and dashing personality, John Thomas. After their date at the fairground, though Annie discovers that John Thomas has been walking out with many of other girls working on the trams, and the women collectively plot their revenge. What happened? After dating with him, she understood that he is having habit of walking out with the loud one. Here also John Thomas made the same. When Annie went deeper into the love, he started to refuse his beloved, and he walked out of her, like many other girls who works in that same tram service. Here Annie made one plan. She gathered all the women collectively who were by him. John Thomas in one of the tram one night after work, they exact a ritual humiliation on him. They thought to make a humiliation on him, so they wait for a night. After his work, he came out of the tram service. So at the same time, they gathered together. They attacked him like a pack of wolves. They beat him, taunt him, tear his clothes, beating him and taunting him, tearing his clothes from him. As John Thomas lies on the ground, beaten, bleeding, and robbed of his power. What happened? He was beaten like anything. Also, his body was bleeding, and all his power robbed by him by that female. The women straighten their uniforms and leave him, bearing flushed, stupefied faces as they leave. By beating him, by punishing him, they went as it is without any feelings because he walked out of them, the same ladies. Now they don't have any feelings regard him. The climax of the story, which sees the attack on John Thomas, frames the women as wild animals, like a pack of wolves attacking their prey. Here, the usual male hunter in search of his female query is reversed. What happened? Till there was male domination on female. But after this incident, the whole situation is changed. Female started to get revenge on the male. They acted like a pack of wolves and attacked on John Thomas because of his betrayal. Its place appears to make a comment on the changing attitudes to gender roles during the First World War. Till there, it was male domination, but after that, such situations, it turned towards female power. The women are working and use their collective power to take action against the man who has wronged them. Here, what happened in the main theme of the story, the revenge against man's wrong way. If you like this explanation, let me know in the comment box. Also, hit like button and subscribe my channel. Thank you one and all.